Hey folks, big time Jimmy Larson here, and welcoming you to another episode of At the Movies. And once again, we are here in week 2 of Spooky Month. That's right. And this week, we are going to be looking at the 1991 classic, Ernest Scared Stupid. Now, Ernest Scared Stupid, folks, is a movie that is very scary for children, despite the fact that it's marketed towards children. But like I said, it's very scary. I was terrified of this movie as a kid. Still a little spooky even today. The movie starts in the late 19th century, where we see that there's a troll by the name of Trantor who is terrorizing all of the children of the town, and the townsfolk are having none of it, as they finally capture this troll and they bury him underneath a giant tree, as you can see here. And then Trantor, who is voiced by the same guy who voiced the Ack-Ax in Mars Attacks, he is just not having any of this as they're burying him under this tree. And he basically tells them that he's putting a curse on the mayor of the town, a Worrell, and he says that he is going to curse the family of the Worrells from now on, and that as generations go on, the Worrells will get dumber and dumber, and eventually one of the descendants will end up releasing him from the tree, because like I said, he says that he is just going to make them get dumber and dumber as this curse goes on. And something tells me that I've seen this tale before somewhere else.
I curse thee, Seamus McBundy, and all thy male descendants.
So in every Ernest movie, Ernest has a different profession, and here in this movie, he's a garbage man. And as always in all of the Ernest films, Ernest is always the good guy.
No, don't stick my head in those gears. But it's me or you. But I have a family at the doll factory. I'll send him a nice card. You'll never get away with it.
Wait, what? Wait, what? What how does that make him a good guy? I mean, he's decapitating baby dolls' heads. Oh my God, I just don't get how that can make him a good guy. I mean, I guess it's the importance of being Ernest. So, as he goes on in his garbage truck, we soon meet Old Lady Hackmore. No, not Ack, Hackmore. Old Lady Hackmore, right there. There you go. So, Old Lady Hackmore, she is the oldest resident in the town, the only one who was actually alive when Trantor was buried underneath the tree, and she warns Ernest about the fact that the curse is on his family, and he has to be very careful because Halloween is drawing near, and that's the night that the curse can be revised, and we can end up seeing revisited, and we can end up seeing Trantor return. So like every kid's movie, there's always a bully, and in this movie, the bully is the son of Mayor Murdoch. No, not that Murdoch. No, it doesn't matter anyway about the mayor, okay? Because he's not the one I'm talking about. I'm talking about his son, Matt Murdoch. No, not Daredevil, although this studio would eventually acquire Marvel. So anyway, we also meet the two main kids of the movie, seen here, Kenny and Elizabeth. And basically what happens is that Ernest, with all these kids, he ends up building the best tree house ever, seen here. The problem is, it's the same tree that earlier on that we seen that they buried Trantor underneath, and by building on this tree, it disturbs the dirt and the roots of the tree, which help enclose him underneath. The roots have actually grown around him, and now all of this disturbance has awoken Trantor.
And if he ever gets loose, he'll go after the children first. And he turns them into little wooden dolls, which gives him his power. And that ugly little rascal is still alive down there.
So he kills the little baby dolls. He mocks all of the little children being harmed by a troll, And again, we're supposed to believe this guy to be the good guy. How is he the good guy? I mean, well, at least he didn't actually release Trantor.
I call thee forth, Trantor.
But what are the chances of that happening?
Oh, you horrible, horrible, horrible man. Well, Trantor now is released thanks to Ernest, and Ernest tells him, I hope that you're from Keebler. Hey, Ernest, he's a troll. He's not an elf. Why would he be from Keebler? Ernest is really angering me, but at least he's a wrestling fan.
Go. You don't want to fight me. I know Tai Chi, Kung Fu, Chow Mein, and I saw Hulkamania 3 times once in slow-mo.
So Trantor ends up turning all of the little children into wooden dolls seen here, and all these children are missing now because of this, and he's putting these dolls in the tree because somehow he's feeding their souls to his baby trolls so that they can be released. You gotta pay the troll toll if you want to get in this boy's soul, you know. Anyway, so none of the parents, though, they seemed concerned whatsoever about the children's safety.
Oh, won't somebody please think of the children?
Which, by the way, all the parents in this movie, the movie's called Ernest Scared Stupid. It may as well be called All the Parents in This Movie Are Stupid. So as I said, none of the parents in this movie seem to be concerned about any of the children's safety all throughout. In fact, Elizabeth's mom explains to her all about Halloween.
Tonight. Now this is just Halloween. It's supposed to be fun. Playing dress up and trick-or-treating.
Yep, so there you have it. Dress up and go out trick-or-treating. That's Halloween. So we all pretend to be someone that we're not as we go and panhandle our neighbors and take candy from strangers. We're always taught, don't take candy from strangers. But on the spookiest night of the year, Halloween, that's all thrown out the window. We go and we take all the candy from strangers that we want. Moving on. So then we come to the scariest scene in the entire movie.
There's nothing under the bed. There's nothing under the bed. There's nothing under the bed.
No, a teddy bear. So spooky. No, in reality, after she gets up from that, she turns around and Trantor is laying down in her bed beside her. This freaks me out. It always has as a kid. It still does now. And it makes me turn in with a lot of caution to make sure that Trantor is not in my bed. So Trantor now captures Elizabeth, turns her into a wooden doll. And then we learn that he can actually throw his voice to sound like the people that he has turned into the wooden dolls. So he actually tricks Kenny by luring him into a trap by using Elizabeth's voice, but luckily Kenny is able to get away. But then all of the townspeople now finally are starting to notice something's going on, and so they all rush to the sheriff's office, which, by the way, is Kenny's dad, and they start telling him about the children missing. And again, stupid parents, they don't listen about the trolls when they were warned by Ernest and everybody else, and they all keep saying, oh, the kids, they're just at the Halloween party. You'll see them. But my kid's been missing for days. Oh, he's at the Halloween party. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And then there's one guy there who just makes even less sense as he's complaining about the fact that Ernest hasn't been coming around because he goes, Sheriff, my garbage hasn't been taken away in 2 days. Yeah, that's a lot more important than all the missing children. Way to go. So Ernest gets into a battle with Trantor, and Trantor says, this is for your forefathers. And Ernest is like, I don't have forefathers. I only had one father, and I didn't know him that well. I love that joke. But then internet history is made. Wait for it. Do you see it now? Yep, that's right. Ernest's face here that he gives to the troll was the birth of the infamous troll face that is still used to this day on the internet. That's right, it came from here. Because Ernest Scared Stupid, Ernest is against the troll. Ernest is basically trolling the troll, which, by the way, earlier, speaking of trolling, Ernest confronted a couple of con men who were trying to sell him some troll traps. And they sold him everything, even a trolling motor for a boat, because a trolling motor is going to take out a troll. But like I said, Ernest is now trolling the troll and the birth of Trollface. Yep, this was the origin of it. Ernest retreats back to Old Lady Hackmore, and they go through her old book about trolls, which is where they learned a lot about Trantor to begin with, and they find that there's some pages stuck together, and when they peel the pages apart, they accidentally corrode some of the imagery, so they can't actually read all the words, but they do see that the way to fight trolls is with something called M-I blank, they can't make it out, K, so they're missing a letter there. And they're both trying to think, what is M-I blank K? And Ernest then goes, I got it, Bulgarian Miak. And the Old Lady Hackmore, she's just looking at him. I mean, Hackmore and then Miak. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of acts in this movie. Okay, they get it. You don't have to keep bringing that up. Anyway, so Old Lady Hackmore, though, Ernest goes about to try and find this, and Old Lady Hackmore realizes, though, it's actually, the true meaning of it isn't even that product, it's all about the heart of a child, which doesn't mean the heart of a child, thank God, because Ernest may actually go after it with all his crazy stuff he's done, but it's actually unconditional love, but Ernest doesn't realize that, he doesn't see it, and he's out now trying to find this. And then Trantor ends up crashing the said Halloween party that the sheriff talked about earlier, and that's when Ernest shows up and he unleashes the Miak. And of course the Miak does not work, and once again Ernest gets taken down, but when he does, he gets covered in yogurt, and Trantor runs off in fear, and that's when Kenny discovers that that's it, the heart of the child. Milk! Milk is what will kill the trolls. So all the kids get on their bikes and they go to the local grocery store, where once again the adults are clueless on what to do, and they don't stop the kids as the kids steal a whole bunch of squirt guns and a whole bunch of milk products, and they all get ready for this gigantic battle with the trolls. So more trolls arrive, and if they look familiar, it's because they're just recycled puppets from Killer Clowns from Outer Space, as you can see here in this image from a behind-the-scenes look. And all the kids arrive now with the milk, and they inform Ernest about the milk as the pods are dropping off the tree and hatching, and all these trolls keep popping up out of everywhere because Trantor has collected enough souls to feed his children. And then, you know, now though they've got the milk, they know how to battle these things, and it's gonna be a showdown. It's gonna be a troll down. The battle is on, and everybody's fighting. As you can see here, Kenny with his super soaker taking out some trolls with the milk, and everybody is just firing off milk and throwing it everywhere and shooting off milk everywhere. It's just milkomania running wild. Milk is going everywhere. Trolls are dying, going away, and left and right, and Trantor is panicking now. He does not know what to do, and so he goes underneath the tree and he summons his demons. He says, "Evil demons, make me strong." And then he transforms. Yep, Trantor transforms. No, not Ernest. I said Trantor transforms. Ernest doesn't transform. Well, he did transform earlier into that and several other characters, but that's another story. So earlier at the dance, Trantor turned the Ernest's dog Rimshot into a wooden dog, and Ernest showed all the emotion of, "No, my little buddy's gone." He cried his eyes out, more so than he did for the kids. You heartless man. So now Trantor is now very powerful, and Kenny comes after him with the milk, but it's not effective because he's just too powerful. And he ends up turning Kenny into a wooden doll, and Ernest does show some emotion here with Kenny. And this would have been the perfect time for me to throw in a Stan and Kyle joke from South Park, but I'm trying to keep it family friendly, so if you get it, good for you, but I'm not throwing in the clip. But So Ernest now, I don't know if he's having flashbacks to the father who neglected him that he mentioned earlier, but he starts doing the waltz, dancing around with Trantor because old lady Hackmore, you know, she ends up saying, it's unconditional love, the heart of a child. All creepy like that is how she says it. So Ernest now is dancing around with Trantor and gives him a big hug and says, I love you, basically turning into brother love, and gives a big smooch to Trantor, and Trantor explodes into a million pieces. It's the kiss of death. And he dies, and all the wooden children, they all turn back into regular children. Too bad they couldn't stop being wooden actors, which is why they didn't get any roles after this movie. But including Kenny, they're all back, but the parents, they're still like not knowing what just happened, even though they were just attacked by all these trolls. And Rimshot too, he's back to normal, and he jumps in Ernest's arms, and they have a big moment together. So yeah, eventually now Rimshot can go back to driving garbage trucks like he did earlier in the movie, as you can see here. Like I said, this is a weird movie. So yeah, all of them are back to normal, and the parents, they are still stupid. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is my review of Ernest Scared Stupid right here on Spooky Month. And if anybody for Halloween does want to go dressed up as Jim Varney Ernest, one guy that is definitely making that transition already is John Cena. As you can see here, he's turning into Ernest. And you know, John Cena's always wanted to match with Hulk Hogan, and well, Ernest got to act with Hulk Hogan, you know, in a movie that we're probably never going to talk about on this show if I have my way, but who knows, maybe I'll end up doing it, I don't know. But anyway, we do have a couple more weeks left of Spooky Month, and we got some great movies planned. For now, I am Big Time Jimmy Larson. Oh, by the way, as far as this movie is concerned, I do recommend it, I guess, but it is really frightening for kids, even though it says that it's for kids. It's the movie that basically killed the entire Ernest franchise, so they had to go direct to video and everything. It just was not that great a movie. It has its moments. There are some hilarious moments, which I talked about, a lot of them even. There's some others as well. But yeah, for now, I'm Big Time Jimmy Larson. I will see you next week right here on At the Movies Spooky Week, Spooky Month, excuse me. Thanks for watching.
Wave Beats Music.